Disciplining yourself is one of the most powerful tools for success. If you want to achieve anything in life, you have to understand that it's not just about talent, luck, or external circumstances. It's about your ability to control yourself, to control your actions, your habits, your thoughts, and your emotions. It's about becoming the person who does what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Let me tell you, discipline isn't something that comes naturally to most of us. It's easy to get distracted, to put things off, to make excuses. It's easy to blame the world around us for our lack of progress. But true discipline comes from within. It's about making decisions in the face of discomfort, choosing the long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. It's about getting up early when you'd rather sleep in, pushing yourself when you want to quit, and sticking with your goals even when the road gets tough. Setting clear goals is the foundation of any disciplined life. Without a clear sense of direction, it's easy to get lost or distracted. Many people fail not because they lack the potential, but because they never take the time to define what success looks like for them. A goal is not just something you hope for. It is a precise and actionable target you can aim for, one that requires careful thought and planning. First, when you set goals, you are essentially giving yourself a roadmap. Without this roadmap, it's like trying to drive to a destination without a map or GPS. You might get somewhere, but it's unlikely to be the place you want to be. A goal provides that clarity. It answers the most fundamental question, what do I want to achieve? But it doesn't stop there. A goal also answers, how am I going to achieve it? And why is it important to me? These are crucial. Because without a deeper understanding of why the goal matters, it's easy to give up when the road gets tough. A well-defined goal gives you focus. Focus is one of the most important skills to cultivate in today's world where distractions are endless. When you set clear goals, you give your mind a focal point. Instead of being pulled in multiple directions, you have one clear purpose to pursue. When distractions inevitably arise, a strong goal will help you refocus and steer back on course. You'll know what matters and what doesn't, and this clarity will allow you to avoid unnecessary diversions. But setting goals is not just about knowing what you want to achieve, it's also about understanding how to break down large goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. Big goals can seem overwhelming and unattainable, but when you break them into bite-sized pieces, they become more approachable. If your goal is to write a book, for example, instead of thinking about the entire project at once, break it down into chapters, then scenes, and daily writing goals. By setting specific measurable tasks, you avoid feeling overwhelmed and can celebrate small victories along the way. Each small accomplishment fuels the next step, building momentum as you move forward. The process of goal setting also forces you to be realistic about your capabilities. It's easy to set goals based on what we wish we could do, rather than what is actually achievable given our current resources, time, and energy. For example, you might set a goal to run a marathon in 3 months if you've never run before. While ambitious, this may not be realistic, and you might become frustrated by the lack of progress. However, by setting more incremental goals, such as running a 5,000 or building up endurance over time, you allow yourself the flexibility to grow and adapt. Additionally, setting clear goals requires that you think ahead about potential obstacles. It's easy to be motivated at the beginning of a new project, but the true test of discipline comes when you face challenges. Life isn't always predictable, and obstacles will inevitably arise. A person who has set clear, detailed goals will be better equipped to anticipate and navigate these challenges. By thinking ahead and preparing for setbacks, you'll be able to maintain momentum even when things don't go as planned. You won't waste time getting discouraged or doubting your abilities. Instead, you'll stay focused on the end result. The timeline of your goals is another critical aspect of goal setting. Without a deadline, a goal is nothing more than a vague wish. The pressure of a timeline forces you to take action. It prevents procrastination and ensures that you stay committed. When setting goals, make sure you include a clear time frame within which you aim to accomplish them. Deadlines help keep you accountable and encourage a sense of urgency. Whether the deadline is a week, a month, or a year away, helps you pace yourself and create a sense of structure. But remember, it's important to be flexible. Life will throw curveballs, and deadlines should be adjustable when necessary, but they shouldn't be ignored. In addition to the practical side of goal setting, there's an emotional component. Goals are not only a reflection of your desires, but also your deeper values. When you set goals, you need to ask yourself, why is this important to me? Without a strong emotional connection to your goals, it's easy to lose interest or get discouraged. A goal rooted in your values will provide the intrinsic motivation needed to stay the course. For example, if your goal is to start a business, your reason might be financial freedom, a desire for independence, or a passion for helping others. Having this emotional connection makes the journey more meaningful and fuels perseverance, even when times are tough. Lastly, review and adjust your goals regularly. Life changes, and so will your goals. What you set out to achieve at the beginning of the year might not be as important to you by the end, or perhaps you've encountered new opportunities that make your previous goals irrelevant. Regularly revisiting and revising your goals ensures they remain aligned with your current circumstances and aspirations. Setting clear goals is not just about achieving something, it's about the process of becoming the person who can achieve it. It's about developing the discipline to keep pushing forward, even when things are challenging, and trusting that the effort will pay off. It's about understanding that discipline is not an innate trait, but something you cultivate through purposeful, consistent action. By setting clear, actionable goals, you are not only outlining a path to success, but also creating a mindset that will allow you to achieve it. Developing the right mindset is one of the most essential aspects of self-discipline, and it's something that directly impacts your ability to achieve your goals. Your mindset shapes your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately the results you achieve in life. It's easy to think that success is determined by external factors like talent, luck, or circumstances, but the truth is, it's your mindset that determines whether you will succeed or fail. Without the right mindset, even the most well-laid plans can falter. The first step to developing the right mindset is understanding that your thoughts control your actions. Your thoughts dictate how you view the world and how you respond to challenges. If you constantly think negatively, telling yourself that things will never work out or that you're not good enough to succeed, your actions will follow that same pattern. On the other hand, if you think positively, believing that you have the ability to overcome obstacles and achieve great things, your actions will align with that belief. This doesn't mean that you should ignore the challenges you face, but it means you must approach them with a solution-oriented mindset. Instead of focusing on the problem, you should focus on the solution. One of the most powerful tools you have to cultivate a successful mindset is your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself has a profound impact on your self-discipline. Often we are our own harshest critics. When you encounter difficulties, it's easy to be critical of yourself and let doubt take over. But a person with the right mindset speaks to themselves with kindness and encouragement. They replace thoughts like, I can't do this, or this is too hard, I will figure this out, and I am capable of overcoming this challenge. Replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations builds resilience and helps you stay focused, even when the road is tough. Another important aspect of developing the right mindset is adopting a growth mentality. People with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. This mindset contrasts with a fixed mindset, where individuals believe that their qualities are inherent and unchangeable. A growth mindset allows you to view challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your inadequacy, you see it as part of the learning process. When you fail or make a mistake, you don't give up. You learn from it, adapt, and move forward with new knowledge and skills. One of the most critical components of a growth mindset is embracing discomfort. The journey to success is rarely smooth, and growth often comes from the most uncomfortable experiences. When you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, you are faced with challenges that require you to adapt and grow. People with the right mindset understand that growth is not easy. It's a process that involves setbacks, mistakes, and discomfort. They understand that being uncomfortable is a sign that they are stretching their limits and expanding their potential. Instead of avoiding discomfort, they lean into it, knowing that it is part of the path to success. In addition to a growth mindset, you must also cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, whether it's a setback in your career, personal struggles, or moments of doubt. How you respond to these challenges is a direct reflection of your mindset. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after adversity, and it is rooted in the belief that you can control your response to challenges. People with a resilient mindset view setbacks as temporary and surmountable. They refuse to let one failure define them. Instead, they take it as a learning opportunity and adjust their approach. They understand that success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about learning how to keep going despite it. Another essential aspect of developing the right mindset is the ability to control your emotions. Emotions can often cloud judgment and interfere with decision-making. When you are emotional, whether from stress, frustration, or excitement, it can be difficult to stay disciplined and focused on your goals. Developing emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions is key to maintaining control in high-pressure situations. When you can regulate your emotions, you are able to think more clearly, make better decisions, and stay on course even when things don't go according to plan. The right mindset requires you to embrace patience. It's easy to want instant results, especially in a world where everything seems to happen quickly. But success takes time, and results are often the culmination of consistent effort over long periods. People with the right mindset understand that they must be patient with themselves and their progress. They don't expect immediate success, but trust that their hard work will eventually pay off. They are willing to put in the time and effort required to achieve their goals, even if it takes longer than they initially anticipated. Lastly, developing the right mindset is about believing in your potential. Many people hold themselves back because they don't believe they are capable of achieving their goals. They let fear, self-doubt, and insecurity prevent them from taking action. But a person with the right mindset believes that they are capable of achieving whatever they set their mind to. They recognize that their potential is limitless and that the only thing standing in their way is their willingness to take action. When you believe in yourself and your abilities, you are more likely to take the risks and make the decisions that lead to success. In summary, developing the right mindset is crucial to achieving self-discipline. Your mindset influences your thoughts, emotions, and actions and ultimately determines your success. By cultivating positive self-talk, adopting a growth mindset, embracing discomfort, building resilience, managing your emotions, and practicing patience, you can shape your mindset for success. Remember, the right mindset doesn't just appear overnight. It's something you must actively work on and nurture every single day. Creating a consistent routine is one of the most effective ways to maintain discipline and stay on track toward your goals. A routine is more than just a set of actions. It is a structured plan that aligns your daily actions with your long-term aspirations. In a world full of distractions and unpredictable events, a consistent routine offers the stability and focus needed to achieve success. Without a routine, it becomes all too easy to let time slip away, leaving you wondering where the day went and what you accomplished. A routine acts as the anchor that keeps you grounded in your purpose, helping you navigate the demands of life with clarity and intention. One of the primary reasons a routine is so important is that it removes the need for constant decision-making. We face countless decisions every day, and while some of them are necessary, many can be draining. When your day is structured with a set routine, the small decisions like when to wake up, what to eat for breakfast, or when to exercise are already made for you. This reduces the mental energy spent on trivial choices and frees up cognitive resources for more important tasks. It is in the space created by routines that you can focus your energy on the things that truly matter, whether that's personal growth, professional goals, or creative endeavors. A consistent routine also helps you build momentum. When you start your day with specific, repeated actions, each task you complete sets the stage for the next one. This momentum builds as you progress through the day, and by the end, you can look back and see the tangible results of your efforts. Even on days when motivation is low, a routine keeps you moving forward. It doesn't require motivation to continue, it just requires action. For example, if your routine includes a morning workout, you might not feel like exercising, but once you begin, your body and mind gradually adjust. The momentum of your routine pushes you to complete the task, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This sense of accomplishment provides a confidence boost that drives you to keep going. Consistency also helps develop habits. When you repeat an action regularly, it becomes ingrained in your daily life, and over time, it becomes second nature. This is how habits are formed, and habits are the foundation of self-discipline. For instance, if you've made it a habit to wake up early every day, the action of waking up early doesn't require any thought or effort. It's just what you do. Similarly, when you make a habit of setting aside time each day to work on your goals, whether that's writing, studying, or working on a project, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your routine. Habits eliminate the need for constant motivation because they become automatic. This is one of the most powerful ways to maintain discipline through the power of habit. Another key benefit of a consistent routine is time management. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, yet it's easy to squander it without a clear plan. When you have a routine, you allocate time for your most important tasks, ensuring that you are spending your time on things that will move you closer to your goals. Time blocks in a routine allow you to prioritize the tasks that matter most and prevent you from becoming sidetracked by distractions. Without a routine, it's easy to get caught up in reactive behavior, responding to emails, social media, or urgent but non-essential tasks. A well-planned routine ensures that you are proactive with your time rather than reactive. Routines also provide structure to your day, which helps create a sense of order and balance in your life. Without structure, days can feel chaotic, and it can be difficult to find time for personal care, work, relationships, and leisure. A balanced routine includes not just work and productivity, but also time for relaxation, exercise, and social connections. A well-rounded routine helps you stay grounded and ensures that you're nurturing all aspects of your well-being, which is essential for long-term success. Overworking or neglecting self-care can lead to burnout and decreased productivity, but with a consistent routine that includes time for rest and rejuvenation, you maintain a healthy balance that supports sustained effort. A routine helps you track your progress. By structuring your day and setting specific tasks to accomplish, you create a framework for evaluating your progress over time. When you follow a routine, you can look back at your day, week, or month and see exactly what you've done. This provides valuable insights into how effectively you are using your time and whether any adjustments need to be made. Tracking progress in this way helps you stay accountable to yourself and your goals. It allows you to celebrate small victories along the way, reinforcing your commitment to your larger objectives. While routines are highly beneficial, it's important to remain flexible within them. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned. The key is not to abandon the routine entirely when obstacles arise, but to adapt and make adjustments as needed. A routine doesn't have to be rigid to be effective. It should be adaptable to your evolving needs and circumstances. For example, if you find that your original morning routine isn't working anymore because of a change in your schedule or priorities, you can tweak it to better fit your new situation. The goal is not perfection, but consistency and progress. A consistent routine also promotes accountability. When you establish a routine, you are setting clear expectations for yourself, and these expectations serve as a reminder of what you are working toward. You are holding yourself accountable for showing up every day and putting in the work. This sense of personal responsibility strengthens your discipline and keeps you committed to your goals. Whether it's writing in a journal, tracking your workouts, or completing a task for work, a routine serves as a reminder to stay disciplined and focused. In conclusion, a consistent routine is an indispensable tool for building and maintaining self-discipline. By providing structure, eliminating decision fatigue, building momentum, and ensuring time management, routines offer the foundation for success. They foster the development of habits, provide balance, and allow for progress tracking, all of which support long-term achievement. While routines should be flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances, their consistent application provides the stability and focus needed to stay on course and reach your goals. Building resilience is an essential element of self-discipline, and it plays a critical role in helping you stay focused and committed even when life presents obstacles and setbacks. Resilience is the ability to recover from adversity, overcome challenges, and continue moving forward despite difficulties. It's not just about bouncing back from failure, but about growing stronger and more capable with each challenge faced. In the pursuit of any goal, resilience helps you maintain your determination and composure when things don't go as planned. It allows you to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, helping you stay motivated and productive even when progress feels slow or uncertain. One of the first steps to building resilience is understanding that challenges are inevitable. In fact, challenges are a normal part of life, and no one is exempt from facing difficulties. Whether it's a personal struggle, professional setback, or unforeseen obstacle, every path to success will have its bumps and detours. Embracing this truth helps you develop a more realistic perspective and prepares you mentally for when obstacles arise. Instead of viewing challenges as threats to your progress, you learn to see them as temporary hurdles to be overcome. This mindset shift helps you avoid feeling defeated when things don't go smoothly. Rather than asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective allows you to maintain a positive attitude even during tough times. Another vital aspect of resilience is the ability to manage stress effectively. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when juggling multiple responsibilities or dealing with challenging circumstances. Stress, if not managed well, can hinder your ability to stay focused and disciplined. Building resilience involves developing healthy coping mechanisms to handle stress in a way that doesn't derail your goals. Regular exercise, meditation, deep breathing, or even journaling are all effective ways to release tension and maintain mental clarity. When you manage stress properly, you are better equipped to face adversity without losing control or abandoning your commitments. Resilience also requires the ability to maintain a sense of purpose and focus even when faced with challenges. People who are resilient understand why they are pursuing their goals, and this deeper sense of purpose drives them to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. When you have a clear understanding of your why, it becomes easier to push through obstacles. You are not working towards something superficial or temporary. You are pursuing a goal that is meaningful and aligned with your values. This sense of purpose helps you persevere when external circumstances make it hard to stay motivated. Instead of giving up, you are driven by the vision of the life you want to create. This purpose-driven resilience provides the energy and determination needed to stay committed to your path. Another key element of resilience is self-compassion. People who are resilient do not beat themselves up when they make mistakes or encounter failure. They understand that failure is part of the learning process and that it doesn't define them. Resilient individuals are kind to themselves in moments of failure, acknowledging their mistakes, learning from them, and then moving forward with greater knowledge and experience. This self-compassion helps you maintain a healthy mindset even when things don't go as planned. It prevents you from falling into a negative cycle of self-criticism, which can lead to feelings of hopelessness or a loss of motivation. Instead, resilience encourages you to view setbacks as learning experiences rather than signs of inadequacy. Another important characteristic of resilience is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes your plans will need to change. The ability to adapt to new circumstances is vital for staying on track. Resilient people understand that flexibility is key to progress. If one approach isn't working, they are willing to adjust their strategies or try something new. This willingness to adapt ensures that you don't stay stuck in a situation that's not producing the results you want. Rather than seeing change as a disruption, resilient individuals view it as an opportunity to explore new possibilities. This adaptability enables them to navigate uncertainty with confidence, knowing that they have the ability to adjust and continue moving forward, regardless of external factors. Resilience also involves maintaining an optimistic outlook. Optimism is not about denying the challenges or difficulties you face. It's about believing that you have the ability to overcome them. People who are resilient focus on the possibilities rather than the limitations. They believe that even in the most challenging situations, there is always a way forward. This optimistic mindset fuels perseverance and helps prevent discouragement from taking hold. When you cultivate optimism, you are more likely to take proactive steps to solve problems rather than becoming paralyzed by fear or doubt. Optimism allows you to see setbacks as temporary and solvable, which keeps you motivated to find solutions and continue working toward your goals. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is the ability to maintain strong relationships with others. The journey to success is rarely a solitary one, and having a strong support system can make all the difference when faced with challenges. Resilient individuals understand the importance of leaning on others when times get tough. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, having a network of people who offer encouragement, advice, or simply a listening ear can help you maintain your emotional well-being. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people provides a source of strength and perspective, making it easier to stay resilient in the face of adversity. Finally, building resilience requires the ability to celebrate small victories and progress along the way. Resilient people don't wait until they've reached the end goal to acknowledge their success. They celebrate each step forward, recognizing that every small achievement is a building block toward their larger vision. This celebration of progress keeps morale high and reinforces the belief that success is within reach. When you take time to recognize how far you've come, it strengthens your resolve and makes it easier to push through the inevitable challenges ahead. In summary, building resilience is an essential component of self-discipline and personal growth. It enables you to face life's challenges with courage, adaptability, and persistence. Resilience involves a positive mindset, effective stress management, self-compassion, and the ability to stay focused on your purpose, even when things get tough. It also requires optimism, adaptability, and the support of others to maintain strength and perseverance. By cultivating resilience, you not only strengthen your ability to achieve your goals, but also develop the emotional fortitude needed to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and determination. Holding yourself accountable is one of the most powerful strategies for maintaining self-discipline. Without accountability, it becomes much easier to let yourself off the hook when you're faced with distractions or challenges. The importance of holding yourself accountable cannot be overstated. This process ensures that you stay focused on your goals and take responsibility for your actions. Accountability is the foundation upon which you can build your success because it helps you avoid procrastination, manage time more effectively, and maintain your commitment to the tasks and habits that lead to personal growth. Without it, it's all too easy to slide into complacency or neglect your priorities. One of the first steps to holding yourself accountable is setting clear, specific goals. When your goals are vague or undefined, it becomes harder to gauge progress or know whether you're staying on track. Clear goals give you a roadmap and make it easier to monitor your progress. For instance, rather than saying, I want to be more productive, set a specific goal like, I will complete 3 important tasks every day by 5 p.m. The specificity of this goal gives you something concrete to work toward and creates a clear standard against which you can measure your performance. The more specific and measurable your goals, the easier it is to hold yourself accountable to them. Another key to accountability is breaking down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Often we set ourselves up for failure by trying to tackle enormous tasks all at once, leading to feelings of overwhelm. When faced with such tasks, it's easy to procrastinate or avoid taking action altogether. By breaking your larger goals into smaller steps, you can make them feel more achievable. Each small step you take serves as a mini goal, allowing you to feel a sense of accomplishment on the way. This not only makes your goals seem less daunting, but also provides multiple points of accountability throughout the process. When you can check off small tasks consistently, you create a sense of forward momentum that propels you toward the final objective. Tracking your progress is another powerful tool in holding yourself accountable. It's one thing to set goals, but it's another to consistently measure and track your progress toward achieving them. Keeping a journal, using an app, or simply checking off tasks on a to-do list can provide a clear visual of your progress. Seeing the steps you've completed and how far you've come can boost motivation and help you stay focused. When you track your progress, you can quickly identify if you're falling behind or if you need to adjust your approach. Tracking also helps you recognize when you're getting off track so that you can make adjustments before it's too late. The act of tracking your goals helps reinforce your commitment to them and keeps you accountable on a day-to-day basis. Another important element of accountability is time management. Often, a lack of accountability stems from poor time management skills. If you aren't managing your time effectively, it's easy to get sidetracked and lose sight of your goals. By setting deadlines, creating schedules, and prioritizing tasks, you can ensure that you are using your time in the most productive way possible. Time management is a form of self-accountability. It's about making sure that you stay focused on what matters and avoid wasting time on distractions. When you allocate specific time blocks for your tasks, you're holding yourself accountable to meet those deadlines. Whether you set a timer for work sessions or allocate specific hours for different tasks, managing your time helps create a sense of urgency and keeps you disciplined in your efforts. Accountability also involves regularly reviewing your goals and progress. Reflecting on your goals and how well you're doing keeps you engaged in the process. This review process is essential for self-correction and allows you to identify where you've succeeded and where you might need to improve. If you aren't meeting your targets or making progress as expected, it's important to step back and assess why that's happening. Maybe you need to revise your goals, change your approach, or address any obstacles that are preventing you from moving forward. Regular reviews help you stay in tune with your goals and your progress, and they ensure that you stay accountable to your long-term vision. An additional aspect of holding yourself accountable is eliminating excuses. When you hold yourself accountable, you must be honest with yourself about what you're doing and not doing. It's easy to make excuses when things get tough or when distractions arise, but successful people don't allow excuses to hold them back. They understand that excuses are a form of self-deception that keep them from reaching their full potential. By eliminating excuses and taking responsibility for your actions, you develop the mental toughness needed to stay focused and disciplined even when you don't feel like doing the work. Holding yourself accountable means confronting the hard truths and acknowledging when you've fallen short so you can take the necessary steps to get back on track. Holding yourself accountable means taking ownership of both your successes and failures. When you hold yourself accountable, you acknowledge that you are responsible for the outcomes of your actions. If you succeed, you take pride in the effort you put in and use that success as fuel for further progress. However, if you fail to meet a goal, you don't blame external factors or other people. You recognize that your actions or lack thereof played a role in that failure. This level of self-awareness and responsibility strengthens your character and helps you grow as a person. Instead of viewing failure as a setback, you can view it as a learning experience that propels you forward. One of the most effective ways to ensure accountability is by sharing your goals with others. Having an accountability partner, whether it's a friend, colleague, or mentor, can increase your commitment to your goals. When you share your progress with someone else, it adds an element of social pressure to stay on track. And knowing that someone else is watching can motivate you to put in the effort and follow through with your commitments. This external layer of accountability can be especially useful when you feel your motivation waning or when the task at hand becomes more difficult. An accountability partner can offer encouragement, help you problem solve when obstacles arise, and provide the gentle nudge you need to keep moving forward. In conclusion, holding yourself accountable is a fundamental part of developing self-discipline and achieving success. By setting clear goals, breaking them down into manageable steps, tracking progress, managing time effectively, reviewing your goals regularly, eliminating excuses, and taking ownership of both your successes and failures, you create a structure that ensures you stay disciplined and focused. While external accountability can be helpful, the most important form of accountability is the one you have with yourself. When you take full responsibility for your actions and make a commitment to follow through, you lay the foundation for long-term success and personal growth. Developing the habit of continuous learning is one of the most effective ways to strengthen your self-discipline. It's not enough to simply learn something once and expect that knowledge to carry you through your entire life. The world is constantly evolving, and in order to stay relevant and successful, you must cultivate a mindset of lifelong learning. Continuous learning involves more than just acquiring new skills. It's about adapting to new information, refining your abilities, and consistently seeking improvement in every area of your life. By committing to learning continuously, you open the door to greater opportunities, innovation, and personal growth while ensuring that you remain disciplined and focused in your journey towards success. One of the first steps in continuous learning is developing a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and perseverance. This belief in the capacity for growth is essential for maintaining the drive to learn. Those with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, may believe that their talents are set in stone, which can limit their willingness to seek out new knowledge or take on new challenges. Adopting a growth mindset helps you view failures and setbacks not as signs of inadequacy, but as opportunities to learn and improve. With this mindset, you see every challenge as a stepping stone toward growth, and you become more resilient when faced with difficulties. To effectively engage in continuous learning, it's important to create a habit of reading. Reading is one of the most powerful tools for acquiring knowledge and expanding your worldview. Whether it's books, articles, research papers, or industry reports, reading gives you access to a wealth of information that can enhance your skills, broaden your understanding, and stimulate your creativity. The beauty of reading is that it provides insights from people with different perspectives and expertise, allowing you to learn from their experiences without having to go through the same trial and error. Make reading a regular part of your routine, whether it's during your commute, before bed, or during breaks at work. The more you read, the more you expose yourself to new ideas that can help you grow in both your personal and professional life. In addition to reading, listening to podcasts, watching educational videos, or attending webinars and seminars are excellent ways to engage in continuous learning. These platforms offer valuable information that can be consumed while you're on the go or performing other tasks. Podcasts, in particular, have exploded in popularity with thousands of shows dedicated to every imaginable topic, from self-improvement to business strategies to health and wellness. These alternative forms of learning allow you to absorb new knowledge in an easy and flexible way, ensuring that you can stay engaged and informed no matter how busy you are. Continuous learning also involves seeking out feedback from others. While self-directed learning is important, the insights and perspectives of others can help you identify areas for improvement that you may not have considered. Constructive criticism can be a powerful tool for refining your skills and deepening your understanding. Whether it's from a mentor, colleague, or even a friend, feedback provides you with valuable information that you can use to make adjustments and continue progressing. By actively seeking feedback, you show a willingness to grow and improve, and you become more attuned to the areas in which you need to develop further. Another key aspect of continuous learning is embracing failure as a teacher. In the pursuit of learning, you are bound to encounter setbacks, mistakes, and even outright failures. However, these experiences are not signs of defeat, but valuable lessons that can propel you forward. When you fail at something, it's important to assess what went wrong, why it happened, and what you can do differently next time. Learning from failure requires a level of self-awareness and humility, but it is through these experiences that you grow the most. Instead of allowing failure to discourage you, treat it as an opportunity to adjust your approach, gain new insights, and become better equipped to handle similar situations in the future. Setting goals for your learning is another powerful way to maintain discipline in the learning process. Just as you set goals for other areas of your life, you should also set clear, specific learning goals. These goals can range from mastering a particular skill, reading a certain number of books, or completing a course in a specific area. By setting these goals, you create a framework for your learning journey, making it easier to track progress and stay motivated. Learning without a goal can feel aimless and unproductive, but when you have a clear target in mind, it's much easier to stay focused and disciplined in your pursuit of knowledge. To keep your learning journey engaging and sustainable, it's important to make it enjoyable. When you enjoy the process of learning, you are more likely to stick with it in the long term. Explore topics and subjects that genuinely interest you and mix up your learning methods to keep things fresh. If you find reading long articles or textbooks boring, try watching short, informative videos or listening to podcasts. By diversifying your learning experiences, you ensure that you remain engaged and excited to keep learning. Passion and enthusiasm for what you're learning will fuel your motivation and make the process feel less like a chore. One powerful way to integrate continuous learning into your routine is by developing a reflective practice. Taking time regularly to reflect on what you've learned helps solidify the knowledge in your mind and allows you to connect new information to your existing knowledge base. This reflection can be done through journaling, discussing what you've learned with others, or simply taking a moment to pause and consider how the new information fits into your life or goals. Reflecting on your learning helps you retain information and make meaningful connections, which leads to a deeper understanding and more effective application of the knowledge you gain. Finally, continuous learning helps you develop problem-solving and critical thinking skills. The more you learn, the more tools and strategies you have at your disposal when challenges arise. Knowledge equips you with the ability to analyze situations, think critically about different approaches, and choose the best course of action. The more you practice these skills, the more confident you become in your ability to handle obstacles, make informed decisions, and adapt to changing circumstances. In essence, continuous learning is an ongoing journey of self-improvement and self-discipline. By embracing a growth mindset, reading regularly, seeking feedback, learning from failure, setting clear goals, and making learning enjoyable, you position yourself for personal and professional success. Continuous learning is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong process that requires commitment, curiosity, and a willingness to evolve. By making learning a consistent part of your routine, you not only stay disciplined, but also open yourself up to endless opportunities for growth and achievement. In conclusion, continuous learning is a vital component of self-discipline and success. By embracing a growth mindset, setting clear learning goals, seeking feedback, and learning from failures, you create a path for constant growth and improvement. The commitment to lifelong learning keeps you adaptable, focused, and prepared for the challenges and opportunities ahead, ultimately leading to greater personal and professional achievement.